चंदारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुतार शादि श्रीमान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबू जी महाराज की जय। जय विष्णुपाद श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय विष्णुपाद वैष्णव सर्वभौम शिव जगन्नाथ दास बाबू जी महाराज की जय। जय शिव बसनातन पात्र गुनाशी जीव गोपाल पात्र दस गुनाश गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। नमाचार्य शिव हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासनि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री माधुर धाम की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मधुर धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगमाय की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। स्मरेता भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to all the devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to all the devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Jai Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. Jai Jai Shri Prabhupada. Narayanam namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Vedaramane Cheva Purane Parate Tatha Atavante Chamadyecha Hari Sarvatra Giyate Mukkam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarine Paramananda Madhavam Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vidyam Vastam Matra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayon Muganam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parairishvara Sadhya Kritya Varujate Trakritipi Susrusu Bistakshana Nigama Kalpatarur Galitam Phalam Shukamukha Tamrita Drava Samhitam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Hurahura Sika Bhuvibhavaka Anartho Pashamam Sakrat Bhakti Yoga Madokchaje Lokasya Janato Vidvam Chakre Sattvata Samhitam Yasyam Vashrumanaya Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadite Pumsak Shokamoha Bhayapaha Srimad Bhagavatam Puranamalam Yadvaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramam Simik Mamalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sigitam Nishkarmima Vishkritam Satchirmantrapatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchenraha Artho Yam Brahmasutranam Bharatartha Vinirnaya Gayatri Vashrupa Vedartha Paribrimita Sarva Vedetihasanam Saram Saram Samudritam Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi Srimad Bhagavatam Ishyate Tatra Samrita Triptasya Nanyatra Sirati Kvachi Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, text 19. Everyone has text. Phone. Smartphone. Yes. Vayam tu navitripyama. Vayam tu navitripyama. Uttama shloka vikrame. Uttama shloka vikrame. Yachinvatam rasajnanam. Yachinvatam rasajnanam. Svadu svadu pade pade. Svadu svadu pade pade. Vayam tu navitripyama. Uttama shloka vikrame. Yachinvatam rasajnanam. Svadu svadu pade pade. Please repeat.
Vayam tuna vitrupyayama.
Manayam tuna vitripyama.
Uttama shloka vikramo.
Uttama shloka vikrame.
Yachat
Chinvatam.
Yachinvratam rasam jnanam.
Yachinvatam rasajnanam.
Sadhu swadu pade pade.
Svadu svadu pade pade.
Vayam tuna vitaprayam.
Manyam tuna vitripyama.
Uttama shloka vikrame.
Uttama shloka vikrame.
Yachanvitvam rasajnanam.
Yachinvatam rasajnanam.
Svadu svadu pade pade.
Svadu svadu pade pade. The translation. We never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships with Him relish hearing of His pastimes at every moment. Purport. There is a great difference between mundane stories, fiction or history, and the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The histories of the whole universe contain references to the pastimes of the incarnations of the Lord. The Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Puranas are histories of bygone ages recorded in connection with the pastimes of incarnations of the Lord, and therefore remain fresh even after repeated readings. For example, anyone may read Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam repeatedly through his whole life, and yet find in them new light or information. Mind in use is static, whereas transcendental use is dynamic. Inasmuch as the spirit is dynamic and matter is static. Those who have developed a taste for understanding the transcendental subject matter are never tired of hearing such narrations. One is quickly satiated by mundane activities, but no one is satiated by transcendental or devotional activities. Uttama Shloka indicates that literature which is not meant for nations. Mundane literature is in the mode of darkness or ignorance, whereas transcendental literature is quite different. Transcendental literature is above the mode of darkness, and its light becomes more luminous with progressive reading and realization of the transcendental subject matter. The so-called liberated persons are never satisfied with the repetition of the words Aham Brahmasmi. Such artificial realization of Brahman becomes hackneyed, and so to relish real pleasure they turn to the narrations of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are not so fortunate turn to altruism and worldly philanthropy. This means that the Mayavada philosophy is mundane, whereas the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental. Ayam tu navitripyama uttama shloka vikrame yachinvatam prasagyanam svadu svadu pade pade. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtadeye Shatari. Hare Krishna. Vayam tunavitripyama. This is very famous shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, it is a very ecstatic moment when sages of Naimisharanya they asking Sutta Goswami to speak katha. And before sadhu will speak, devotee should inspire him, glorify, praise topic, maybe praise some qualities of speaker, just to inspire him to speak more. Then it is said you know how to make the best milk. When milkman is coming to milk the cow, little bit he bringing the calf with him, and this calf he can take little bit milk. Then he will stay nearby, and other milk will be milked by milkman. But the cow, by seeing in the presence of cow, she is giving more milk. So when sadhu is seeing that someone is very eager to listen, she is speaking more confidential things he can speak, more interesting. This is real sangha, real relationship. They inspire him, please speak. Be eager to listen, and you want to speak. This etiquette. And also, it is said, Uttama Shloka Vikrame. Uttama Shloka. You know what does it mean? It is God's name. Actually means whose fame or good qualities are the best. That is a translation Acharya is giving. Or we can say, he who is praised by the best person also. By Uttama devotees. Who praised by Uttama devotees. That is also other meaning, Uttama Shloka. And they said, we are not completely satisfied about the exploits of Uttama Shloka, about his exploits like Leelas, pastimes. Not consider that it is sufficient. In other words, we are completely satisfied with whatever we have done in this yoga sacrifice. We don't need this. But let us continue to hear about the activities of the Lord. This is more important. And let others be satisfied, but we are not. Jonas Karlstek was saying. And he is saying, in 3 ways, one can know that one has had enough of something and is satisfied. That is science. Acharya is saying, 3 ways you can understand. Where is your notebook, Srikant? You forgot. Meeting. You can come and take, no problem. If you need. No problem. Dharmendra can give you. So, because you can then something you can miss. So 3 ways one can understand that enough, I got enough. First is sufficient quantity. For example, so much food in the belly. Second, awareness of taste. Oh, I feel taste. Okay. That's enough. And third one is lack of relishing the object. So I'm not relishing anymore. Stopped. So in this verse, there is insufficiency of the hearers, because actually Krishna is not directly present. His Leela is not directly present. They only hearing about this, and therefore they are not satisfied. They want hear, and this desire to see Krishna becoming more and more. And but still they are not satisfied. But they feeling so much taste. Even they feel taste sometimes is a symptom that I got enough. But their taste becoming more and more. Therefore, it is a topic of the Lord most excellent because of the increase in taste at every moment. Pade, swadu, pade. And the sage have not lost taste, but all are dissatisfied. Then we can understand that in spiritual life, we should not be satisfied. But in material life, we should be satisfied. Therefore, it is said, we said on the class, in Mahabharata, Maharaj Yudhishthira said, the great quality is satisfaction, self-satisfaction. When one is self-satisfied in material world, whatever Krishna has given me, I am satisfied. But in spiritual, I am never satisfied. I want to chant more. I want to sing. I want to read more books, Prabhupada. I want to do more seva, like this. Then the enthusiasm will become more and more. And yesterday we told, today we continue, that we cannot attain the lotus feet of Krishna with independent nature, keeping our independence. We cannot see Krishna. This is the first obstacle. We are retaining our independence. We don't want to surrender to Krishna. Why? Because you didn't find nothing. You don't want to. We don't want to surrender to Krishna. Why? Because we're thinking that we are satisfied. What we got from this is satisfied. Therefore, we don't want to give our independence. The second obstacle, I said, no sharanagati, no surrender. One time we will speak more about this. We not dedicate ourselves. So we're not giving our independence and not dedicate ourselves. That's a little bit different things. But meaning is the same. This is the second obstacle. Third obstacle, no faith, Shraddha. When one speaking of Krishna, no faith. So I said yesterday that we have some doubts. Maybe what he's speaking not perfect. But real mood should be, I am not qualified. I don't know nothing. I'm beggar. I ask him mercy. Please show mercy on me. I'm empty pot. You put inside of my pot whatever mercy you can give. That is our prayer before Bhagavatam. Then something wonderful will happen. We never think that Guru is ordinary man. Even I am not Guru. I am not Sadhu. But whatever I am speaking, that is perfect. Because I am not deliberating. I am not manufacturing. Only speaking, even I am using my notes. Because something I can add from my mind. Therefore I am using notes. In Kali Yuga memory is not so good. I don't want to cheat you. Therefore you should develop faith in this. And it is like Krishna is hiding from us in the golden box of his energy. Jai Shri Gauranitai ki Jai. And we said that it's very difficult to reach sun, God crossing all this sunshine, sunlight. Very difficult. Similarly, it's very difficult to reach Krishna's planet. Like, very soon will be Santa Panchami. We will sing Vrindavana Ramyastana Nurachinta Manidhama. Very beautiful, sweet place of Vrindavan. But we are not able to go to Vrindavan. Because actually this energy of Krishna, effulgence, make us blind. So bright. Who can go there? Yesterday we said, we only heard that Vrindavan, very nice place. Some cooling, soothing effect, very blissful there. But with this body we cannot go. This body should become transcendental. How can it happen? By engaging in seva. To completely engage in seva. It can gradually it will come. First you start. Maybe how many hours you doing seva, Shrikant? Very little. First you start from little, then you should increase. When you have some time, you should increase. Then, after some time, you think only about seva. Even you working with this. And everyone is happy in Vrindavan, not having any distress. And yesterday we started this, about spiritual energy. You should know what is spiritual energy. This is tattva, science. There are three spiritual energy. And it is called only Chit Shakti, spiritual energy, Chit Shakti, but have three divisions, like Sandhini, Sambit, Ahvani. And also Bhagavan is having three main Shakti, main potencies, like Antaranga, Bahiranga, and Tatastha. Antaranga means Chit Shakti. The same. This internal energy. Bahiranga means external, Maya Shakti. Tatastha, Jiva Shakti. We are Jiva. So, we in material world, in this external energy, Bahiranga. Therefore, we start process, we're starting from external things, like some rituals, some ceremonies, attending this. We're doing some tilak, kanti, dhoti, everything we use. And this is only external process, it's not internal. Taking prasad like this. Sitting on the class, also externally sitting, but mind is outside. That is external process. But we need to engage our body. Then somehow, little by little, then our mind will be engaged, and then Atma will be awakened. When Atma realization will awaken, then internal process will start. And this internal process is a natural process. External, not natural. External is artificial, actually. But we, from the beginning, we taught in this, from our birth, we taught how live externally in this world. Otherwise, we will suffer. Because body will get some pain. We don't want pain. But actually, when we develop internal realization, pain is nothing for us, pain, bodily pain. Because there is Atma's pain also. Atma's pain more important. When Atma satisfied, body also, some little by little satisfied. Mind also little by little will become quiet. It needs time. It's not so easy. I said, because come out from the force which is controlled by Durga Devi. So we are relishing so many beautiful activities going on here in this material world. Yes, pastimes, this material world against Bhagavan Krishna. He doesn't like this. Doesn't like this history. Our country history, you can read. India history or Russian history. He doesn't like this. You don't need this Mahatma that yesterday I told. Who is real Mahatma? Gandhi is not Mahatma. But they is saying this Mahatma because they need this. They need to have some history. Material world. This material world. Even everything going down, they saying this is good, this civilization. We're progressing, we're advancing. Bhagavan doesn't like this lila. It is his creation. No, it is not his creation. It is human being creation. Human being creation will be destroyed. But everything temporary, anitya. Therefore Bhagavan doesn't like. And temporary things he doesn't like. Bhagavan appreciates only the best things. You give to Bhagavan only the best things, eternal things. Therefore he doesn't need, when you cook for him, he doesn't need actually your food. He needs your love. Love is nitya, eternal things. But your food is temporary. Bhagavan needs this. And we can, like spark, we can feel its eternity here. We see some beautiful nature, and I want to live here. I want to build house in this beautiful place. When you build a house, no time to enjoy this site, because all time you're working. And one is seeing beautiful woman. Oh, let me marry. She'll become nice wife. But after some time, no have time to enjoy. Only working. It is like this. This beauty doesn't belong to us. This world doesn't belong to us. We want to enjoy it, but we cannot enjoy. It is our bad destiny here. Durdaiva. And if happiness will be there in material world, if happiness will be here, it must be eternal happiness. But it's not eternal, temporary. Therefore he doesn't like this, doesn't want this. But what we are doing, we're trying to enter in the spiritual world with this happiness. We cannot remain with Bhagavan with material happiness. Therefore it is at first we should give up material happiness. Then this story about Sanatana Goswami. One Brahman, she was worshipping Shivaji, and he wants to become very rich. Get Chintamani, touchstone, Chintamani. You just put your hand and you become rich. Everything become gold. And this Shivaji came to him and said, one very nice devotee, he said, Sanatana Goswami, come to him, he's in Vrindavan doing bhajan. And he came to Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami actually, he was in the poor mud hut. He was sitting and writing on the palm leaf. He was writing new books. And he was asking him, Sanatana Maharaj, so Shivaji sent me. Because you have some very precious thing, you have some wealth, you can give me. Yes, in my dustbin there you can find. Dustbin. Where? There, dustbin, Chintamani stone is, I throw it. Oh, okay. Sanatana Goswami yesterday, he came to take bath in the Jamuna river. And some touch stone came to him. Said, okay, he put it, but I don't need it. Throw it. Then this Brahmana took touchstone. He went out and some thought came. He gave me very easily touchstone. Something not good. Maybe he has something better. Something better he can give me. If someone gives treasure, he never give easily. Some should be some bargain at least. But he is not, doesn't bargain. Then he came back. Yes, Sanatana, give me something more. Because Shivaji told, Shivaji is not cheating me. I know you have something more. Yes, I have. But first you should go and throw this touchstone in the Jamuna river. And thus he engaged him in seva. When he came on Jamuna, he threw touchstone, Chintamani, and how he did it? Surrender. He surrendered. Because he threw touchstone, Chintamani down. Do you want Hari Balaram Prabhu, Chintamani? You will not work, only enjoy. But actually, this Brahman, he surrendered. He threw, and he came, and Sanatana Goswami said, then they give you Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very wonderful things happening here in Vrindavan. But sometimes we want to carry this material things, material happiness to spiritual. It's not possible. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami said, first you throw out this touchstone, throw away. You don't need this. Don't need this. So, and we will come, we will put all garbage in Vrindavan Ramya Sthanam. So now, many monkeys in Vrindavan. Before, number of pigs was more, now a little bit less Vrindavan. But actually, when Prabhupada came Vrindavan, the number of pigs and monkeys was not so big. And Prabhupada said to his disciples, please don't commit sinful activities here. Otherwise, I don't want to increase number of monkeys and pigs in Vrindavan. Yes, everyone who is coming to Vrindavan is sinful, doing sinful activities. He can take birth there, actually. But like insect, like hawk, like dog. So no Krishna consciousness, no Krishna consciousness. But staying in Vrindavan. And we pray to Krishna, we pray, but at the same time we want sense gratification should be remain. Therefore we are not able to see Krishna. That is the reason why one can practice many years but no result. And so why the people actually want to carry material happiness to the spiritual kingdom? What is the reason? What is the reason? You can say, Rahul. Yes. Why?
They have no experience of what spiritual happiness is. For them, material happiness is the
Yes. They have no experience that more happiness is there. They don't know this. Thousands times more happiness. And another point is there. Whatever is there, some cheating propensity is inside. So our relationship, very small, but cheating is there. With cheating propensity, we cannot enter in Goloka Vrindavan. Therefore, it is said one first should become Brahman. Brahman means truthful. What he's saying, he's doing. What he's thinking, he's saying. Not like I'm thinking one thing, saying different. And to whom we will cheat? No one can enter in Vaikuntha Loka. What happened with 4 Kumaras? You know? Chatur Kumara. What happened?
They tried to enter like that. Jay and Vijay stopped.
Yes, they didn't come. Why? What is the reason?
What did come to this?
Why 4 Kumaras, Chatuksanna, couldn't come to Vaikuntha.
Because they were impersonalist before.
Yes, they have impersonalism in their mind. Even they were 5 years boys, brahmachari, but they had some shakti due to penance, austerity, and they were not able to enter into Vaikuntha Loka with this garbage. Even this, you can see these very pious things. Tapasya, penance, some shining is coming from the body. But for Vaikuntha, this is garbage. You can understand this. And they very small, naked, so much renounced, but no Shakti to bring impersonalism to Vaikuntha. Not possible. They should throw this impersonalism. They could not with time. So when Bhagavan appeared, immediately the fragrance coming out from tulsi chandan flower offered to Bhagavan touched their nose. And they have seen the beautiful form of Bhagavan. But actually they have no mercy to come inside. They became Vaishnavas at that moment, but no mercy. And what to speak about material things? Even those who are impersonalists, those who have gone up to Brahmajyoti, not qualified to come to Bhagavan's kingdom. What to speak about us? Aruhya krichena parampanam tata padanjado nadrita yushmat angraya. So, even one very austere tapasvi, he cannot serve to Krishna, cannot come to Vrindavan. Therefore, sadhu coming here to teach us. And we should not be crooked. We should be very simple one. I said, Saralata, ei Vaishnavata. Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur said, Saralata, ei Vaishnavata. Simplicity is Vaishnavism. As Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur said. You understand, Srikant? Arthamana. And how can we get this simplicity? With everyone, because we associating in material world with crooked person. They want profit. For their profit, they cheating everywhere. Yes? How to get this simplicity? Only by continuing Shravana Kirtana, repeating Shravana Kirtana, in order to know Krishna. And if we think that we know everything, this is not simplicity. We will stop Shravana Kirtana. This is not simple Kirtan, not offenseless Kirtan, offenseless Shravana. And also, when we are speaking, we are not manufacturing, and like this. I will speak, then somebody will laugh, somebody will cry. I will manufacture something, many followers will come. It's not Kirtan, it's not simple Kirtan, it's crooked Kirtan, offensive Kirtan. And one who is getting Krishna consciousness, he is thinking, everything belongs to Krishna. Even mother, even father, everything belongs to Krishna. Tomare bolite hoite amor kichu nai, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. If one cannot understand this, he is in dangerous position. Therefore it is said, we said before, Janma karma chame divyam evam yuveti tattva. Jaktam deham punar janman naitivam iti surjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4:9. You know, Shrikant, what does it mean? You know? If one knows Krishna, Janma, Krishna Janma, Krishna Karma, Krishna's activities, in tattva, then he can come to Krishna and never come back, as Krishna said. Everything transcendental, my birth, my activities, we should know this. And we said that this place is full of miseries, Dukkhava and Mashashvana. And the intelligent person never try to come in this material world. He never do any material activities. I give one example from Bhagavatam. Daksha's sons, Haryashvas, 10,000 Haryashvas. Daksha sent them to do tapasya. Because if they accumulate strength by tapasya, they can beget very nice children, kshatriya children, also Prajapati. And these children will make more grandsons production. This was his desire. Because he wanted to establish Vedic culture. That was his mission. Good. But when Aryashas were doing tapasya, their heart became pure. And if someone's heart became pure, sadhu can only give some hint they can understand properly. So Narada Muni, when he came, he understood why he live in material world. No need. 10,000 pure people. In this material world, no loss will be there if they will not beget children. Let them become sannyasi. And he started to preach that. Now he said 6:5:17. Panchavinshati tattvanam purushodbhuta darpanaha adhyatmam abudhasyeha kimasat karma bir bhavet. Narada Muni has said, there is a house made of 25 elements. He gave him hints. There is one house made of 25 elements. What is this? Immediately Karyashas understood. This is the Supreme Lord is a reservoir of 25 elements. And the Supreme Being, the conductor of cause and effect, causes their manifestation. One engaged in temporary fruitive activities, not knowing the Supreme Person, what benefit will he derive? Immediately they made conclusion. He said, there is one house, 25, and there is one master of this house. He said many things, he said. There is one river flowing in two directions. He said like this. They immediately understood everything. Very clever. Maybe later we will speak more about this. And Prabhupada is saying in purport to this verse, very nice, he said that one should seriously study the facts concerning creation, maintenance and devastation, as well as the permanent place from which one never need return. Yet Gatvana Nivartante. From spiritual world, never one returning. Never, no one is falling from spiritual world. In human society should study this, Prabhupada is telling this. But instead of culturing such knowledge, people are addicted to temporary happiness and sense gratification, culminating in bottomless, stopless passion. There is no profit in such activities. One must engage himself in Krishna consciousness movement. So people should ask about tattva, as Naimisharani sage do it. Tattva jigyasa, Brahma jigyasa. How one can say that I am scientist if he doesn't know the cause of all causes? Kasarva karana karana. How? We can know Bhagavan only by bhakti. Bhakti mama bijanati, Prabhupada said. We cannot see Bhagavan. Bhagavan is beyond our vision. You know this word? Remember. Adukshata. Adukshata. Yes, he said, you should remember this. And one should understand this. Because everything we see here, this is chit and achit together. Like combination of spirit and matter. This is big problem. When we see combination of two opposite things, always problem is coming. So one should very seriously understand, know this. Once Bhaktivedanta Saraswati told, what does it mean sadhana? Maybe it will be difficult to understand, but I speak, maybe someone who did so many tapasya in this life, you can understand. He said, when one is trying to separate chit vastu and achit vastu, what is material things, what is spiritual things in his heart. When he completely separates them, then he achieved this full success in sadhana. He became Siddha. In our mind, these things together, combination. But when sadhaka become purified, then these things never mixing. That means by sadhana doesn't mean our body will be destroyed, material body. No. Material things also. Maya is here. We cannot say that Maya is not influencing. Prabhupada said, I am always afraid of Maya. But he never touched Maya. In his consciousness he separated this. He divided in two parts. One energy, another energy. And he never associated with Maya, associated with Krishna. You understood this? It's very difficult to understand this. I tried, but what Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur said, very difficult. Therefore Prabhupada said, you never will become disciple of my Guru. My Guru was speaking very difficult things. We try to speak because it is also possible by mercy of Prabhupada. Sometimes it can give some hope to us that we can understand in future. But Narada Muni telling to Hariyashas, he using only some analogy, some examples, but not directly speaking, not directly. But Hariyashas, they can understand directly. Because by tapasya they purify their heart. In Kali Yuga is different things. In Kali Yuga people can understand only directly. Because indirect mood is spoiled. When Shankaracharya came, he made all indirect interpretation. All the interpretation were wrong. But people, by listening this, they accept it. But direct interpretation is very difficult to understand. Therefore Prabhupada said, Bhagavad Gita as it is. But actually when one is very pure, and did some tapasya, you may say not like as it is. You just give hints to him, he will understand. So therefore tapasya is very important. Brahmacharya is very important. I told about this in classes. In our life Brahmacharya is very important. So Narada Muni is sadhu. And sadhu's heart is bleeding when he sees then other souls suffering in this world. And Narada Muni wants to give more happiness to these souls, Bada Jivas. Let this Bada Jiva be happy. This is his desire. But Prajapati Daksha was thinking different things. He was suffering actually. He was Prajapati. Yes, it's little bit enjoyment, but actually so much problems Daksha was having. Actually, how Daksha was suffering out of envy to Narada Muni, so much. Out of envy to Shivaji, before past life, so much. He was the greatest person. Even demigods were giving respect to him. Paying respect, but he was so much suffering. This is subtle suffering, not gross suffering. Subtle, in subtle form. And Prajapati Daksha was thinking like this. I was suffering, let my sons also suffer. Why they should be better than me? Why they but Narada Muni was thinking, they're very pure heart. Why they should stay in this miserable place, material world? And he knew that if one is having pure heart, it's enough to give some little hint. He can understand everything. And Narada Muni said, only there is a house made out of 25 elements. They immediately understand. And he said, if you know there is a house made out of 25 elements, if you know one who is the cause of these 25 elements, you can get full happiness. He said this. They immediately understood. No need to stay in this house of 25 elements. Body. Material body. And Ganesha Guru understood that this is Shakti, Achit Shakti, material energy is not spiritual. But Jivatma is having Chit Shakti. Jiva is having Chit Shakti. Jiva is actually spiritual. Arthamana. It's very difficult topic today. Yes, no stories, only tattva. Yes, and we spiritual, but we are not spiritual. You can understand. Like yesterday I told, like crocodile is not in the water tank. Crocodile is in the surface. This problem. We like this. Like elephant in the water. Elephant came to the water and one crocodile caught him. This great story. And we like this. Gajendra. We like this. We like this. And in material world there is 25 elements. And the Chit Jagat, spiritual world, even no need the sun, no need the moon. Because this effulgence coming from Bhagavan is sufficient. It's like millions of suns, but not like this sun, which can make us blind. But that shining does not making us blind, but make us more purified. This material shining is also different than spiritual shining. Some type of spiritual shining, we can see spiritual effulgence. When we become more pure, we can see from devotees their shining. And from deities. Prabhupada personally told to his pujari, if deity is happy, you should see his effulgence. Prabhupada told this. We can perceive it if we are pure heart, and we surrender to our spiritual master. We can perceive this. This is like chit pratyaksha. Not material pratyaksha, chit pratyaksha. You like these terms. And Jiva is having 25 elements. You can say 25 elements. No? Yes, Pandit. Gyanendriya. Gyanendriya, 5. Then Kamramendriya, 5. Then Ahankara, Manas, Buddhi. Yes. Then you forgot Gyanendriya, Karmendriya,
then find it, the 8 gross elements.
Panchabhuta. Then
Mind, intelligence, false ego.
Yeah, already said.
18 is
Pancha Tanmatra, Shabdarupa, Rasagandha Sparsha. Pancha Bhuta, Pancha Tanmatra, Pancha Gyanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya. Everyone understand? You can understand this?
I only understand what it means.
And then Pancha Bhuta means, you understand what Pancha Bhuta? Yeah. And Pancha Gyanendriya, you understand? No. This is, yes, Pancha Gyanendriya, yes. On our face. Skin, tongue. Then Pancha Karmendriya. Anus, genitals, and tongue. Then Pancha Tanmatra. Shabda, Gyanendriya and Tanmatra. They connected. When tongue, taste. Like eyes, form, rupa. Then
mind is left 24. Mind is
yes, mind also. And also 25
is the unmanifest.
Pradhana. Yes. Pradhana is unmanifested, avyakta. It is also there. Because from Pradhana, always more and more material things coming. It's actually Pradhana is inconceivable, achintya. It is, you can say, infiniteless. No end. Therefore, material world has no end. Always material world creating, destroying, again creating like this. So, who is the source of all 25 elements? If you don't know, but we are engaged in karmic activities, karma activities. What is the meaning of this? What is the use of this? If you don't know the source of 25 elements, it will be asat karma. Not sat karma, asat karma. So-called scientists, philosophers, they cannot understand this. But they're saying, we are scientists, we are pandit, we are scholars. They like pagal. They're speaking like madmen, actually. And they can say, we can make nuclear bomb. Prabhupada said in Bhagavatam that even nuclear bomb will be used. It will not destroy all Earth. He said, material nature more powerful there than people can imagine. They cannot destroy all material nature by nuclear bomb, he said. Even nuclear bomb. Therefore we should not develop fear. But we cannot understand who is the source of these 25 elements by our own efforts. Because he is hiding himself. Krishna is hiding himself. When you're chanting name, you can ask advanced devotee. When you're chanting name, you always feel Krishna's presence. He can answer to you. It's not depend on me. Never depend on me. He said, I am doing what I'm doing. I am trying always to chant attentively. But sometimes Krishna is hiding himself. Sometimes Krishna appearing. I'm not depend on this. I'm always waiting mercy. Like this. Hare Krishna. And Krishna is in everyone's heart is Paramatma. We can say Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru is hiding himself in our heart. Or Chaitanya Guru. Chaitya Guru. When we have very strong desire to know him, the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karana, the source of these 25 elements, he can appear in front of us as Sadhguru, yes. And he will give knowledge about the Supreme Lord. And there is no other means how we can know Bhagavan Krishna. Only by this, mercy can flow to us. We read this shloka from Bengali. Shastra Guru Atma Rupa Apnake Janana Krishna Mora Praputrata Jivagavai Jnana. This is Shastra Guru Atma. First we listen to Shastra, we understand this is Bhagavan, this is Jiva, this is creation, like this. Our goal is to develop bhakti. Then we need Guru. Guru will give instructions to us. By his mercy we can understand Shastra. And then when we can understand Shastra, then we can understand Atma. Atma means Paramatma in our heart. What he wants from us. He wants that Shrikant should do seva in 24 hours. He wants. But Shrikant not ready yet, not ready. Maybe after some time. She wants that Madhu should come always in time, Bhagavatam class. But Madhu is waiting. Maybe I will sleep a little bit more today. So this is like this. So, and he is sending to us Guru, sending to us Shastra, and he coming himself. And therefore, by this we can know that Krishna is my Prabhu, my Lord, my protector, my maintainer. He is a real well-wisher of us. And he gave to us this means how we can know him. He gave Vedas to us. In Vedas, how Veda appeared, you know?
I agree. I agree.
Narayana, breath. Yes. Vedas, personification, Narayana's, Krishna's breath. Krishna's breathing, Vedas appear, actually. So Bhagavatam is also like parts of Krishna's body. It is said that first canto and second canto like 2 feet, starting from this. When we come to see darshan, first you should look at the feet, then little by little you look higher, up, and then you can see the lotus face. Like this. The lotus face is smiling face of Krishna is 10th canto. Not jumping immediately, they said. Going step by step. First canto should purify us. We can accept Guru, we can understand all basic things, we can develop our faith, we can start our bhajan seva, then we go to second canto, third canto, fourth canto, and that. This is Prabhupada gave. This is the real educational system, the best college. Is this Bhagavatam is actually high school. Chaitanya Charitamrita is PhD. Bhagavad Gita is yes. But you coming to Bhagavatam, evening Bhagavad Gita. Because we have no time, we need to do everything quickly. Like this. Okay, we started today and tomorrow we'll continue this topic about Shastra, Bhagavatam. Okay. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Thank you very much. You have some questions?
What are those
Five?
Pancha
Pancha Tanmatra.
Rupa, Rasa,
Shabda, Rupa, Gandha, Rasa, Sparsha.
And 20, what is the 25th?
25th? Pradhana.
What is it?
Pradhana. Unmanifested material energy.
Unmanifested material nature.
Yes, like in potential energy. So, what can we say? You first, you IT, working in IT, and IT, you have some ideas. Sometimes you have some ideas how to do something. From which source you getting these ideas? From unmanifested container, like soap is there. But then when you put soap on the fire, soup becoming ready. Then you can eat it. When soup become ready, then three gunas coming, everything coming. But then unmanifested, that means not cooked yet. Understood? This example. Understood? So, at the same time, this material world existing in unmanifested condition. At the same time, in manifested. At the same time. Therefore, if you want to something appear from unmanifested condition, something will appear. Therefore, it is said that there is no end to this material world. Because something, you're thinking that, oh, I defeat Maya. Again, new Maya come, because unmanifested. Pradhana is having everything. And for devotee, this Pradhana, how he can feel this Pradhana? You can understand. It is not ahankar, even not ahankar, not pity. It is very subtle desire that I should enjoy. It is in Pradhana. And all, like, we have a refrigerator, fridge. In the fridge, all some vegetables, fruits are there putting. This is like Pradhana. They're there. When you open, put it. Some gunas coming. Sattva, Rajatama, like this. Buddhi, Ahankara, many things. But
that fourth chitta is there. We discussed mind intelligence also. That Kapila talks about fourth chitta, which is the desire to enjoy.
aha, what is chitta?
It's the fourth subtle.
Actually, Acharya is not mentioning this chitta here. Why? Chitta is I don't know why. I don't know why this is not mentioned.
I saw in Bhagavatam when it is 25, there is some 1-2 element difference in how Kapila talks about.
Yes, there are some different divisions, different understandings.
Mostly the same.
Yes, but this is what I gave also. This Acharya is giving this. But actually, what is coming, what is chitta also should understand. Because it is one type of container. Because everything is there. Unmanifested. Then it will be manifested. Like this pradhana, like this. Some desire I should enjoy. It is in chitta. You can say. Therefore it is said cheto darpana marjanam. Cheto или chit or chitta. Like this. We can first we should purify this very subtle desire that I should enjoy. It is not ahankara yet. Ahankara when I am doing, I am doer, it is different. It is desire, because even one has no ahankara. He coming to Brahman effulgence, then coming back. Because desire to enjoy is waiting him on the shore of the Viraja river. When he come back, I come to him. Even he is not coming to material world, then desire to enjoy is there, coming. Subtle form. But that is my understanding. Maybe someone can speak more about this. But I can give this much.
I just thought that impersonalist, their chitta is not gone.
Not?
In the impersonalist or those who do like other methods of jnana, their chitta is not gone even if they are removed from fine intelligence.
Yes.
So they cannot go to back.
And we say like pradhana, the same thing, the same meaning here. Meaning of pradhana. Because unmanifested desire to enjoy. That's it. Okay. You have question?
You said like if we go back to spiritual world, we cannot come back.
Yes, Prabhupada said about this. You can read in Bhagavan.
So I have two questions here. First, Jai Vijay came back.
No, this is exception. It's not like falling. They using it are participating in Krishna Lila. They need to see that. If you need to see that, you can come to Lila.
And Nitya Bad, so we go back, we won't go back. They are already free. So they come and then they can go back.
Yes, actually this is the topic. Nitya Badha, there is, and this Nitya Mukta, spiritual world. And when Nitya Badha become Mukta, it is called Badha Mukta. Technically, Badha Mukta. But there is no Mukta Badha. Who was eternal, then he become Badha. When they come in material world, they Mukta. From the beginning they come in only to do some mission. Like Prabhupada, like this. They are not ordinary jiva. The symptom Prabhupada said, never forget about Krishna from the beginning of the life. Like Prabhupada was like this.
And so why in the first place we are here?
We? Why get first place?
Why we are here?
Because your karma, did some karma.
We came from spiritual world?
Actually, it's not mentioned that Bhadra Jiva is coming from Mukta. I said Mukta Bhadra is not there. Spiritual world we can come, but doesn't mean from Krishna Loka. Spiritual world is very vast meaning of this. Spiritual world very vast meaning. There is many places from which we can come. No, it doesn't mean that we were playing in Krishna Lila and then forget, not come here. It's very easy understanding, cheap understanding. In Sahaji and Radhakunda they speaking like this. Therefore it came to ISKCON. Some misunderstanding. But actually it's not right. Prabhupada didn't tell this. Prabhupada told we fell from spiritual world, but he never said what is the spiritual world. When Guru Govind Swami was asked what does it mean, he gave explanation for GBC, very deep meaning of spiritual world. Even Dhruvaloka on the material world, also spiritual world. Dhruvaloka is Vaikuntha, Prapancha Vaikuntha. And even Bhagavan Krishna is doing Leelas here, Mahaprabhu is doing. This is also spiritual world. And even Brahmajyoti is also spiritual world. We don't know. Therefore in Shastra it said, Anadi, Bhagirmukha. Don't know the beginning. No need to think so much about this. What is the beginning? Very foolish person, they many times argue. Even one left ISKCON wrote this book that from Vaikuntha even leaf is not falling. Because he started to read on Sanskrit Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami said, we never fell from spiritual world. But Prabhupada he told, he said, oh, Prabhupada is not right. He foolish one. He left his guru, accepted some other Babaji, and criticized this Prabhupada. This is foolish one. This is topic you can understand only when you come to Mukta stage. Some topics we can understand only on this. First we should become devotee. People's not understanding this. But how can... I give you some examples, then you can understand that this topic you cannot understand. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Jiva, from the beginning, Achyuta Swarupa Vichyuta. That means fell down from his Swarupa. That means it was time when we were in Swarupa. Didn't see? We have eternal relationship with Krishna in some rasa. That means we had before, we are in perfect stage. It is not mentioned. How you can understand this? Therefore, our material mind cannot understand. You can understand, like Krishna, my Gurudev told, design of Gopal. Gopal design. Every soul has design of Gopal. It's already Krishna knows which relationship with Krishna you have in Vrindavan, Vaikuntha. But that doesn't mean now you can enter Vrindavan and Vaikuntha. It doesn't mean, because you need to develop this consciousness. But at the same time it is said, inside of us, like seed, it is there. But that is our way. We should follow and go back home. And sometimes we say the same, because actually for us, no difference. But when we speak more about rasa, about difference, then relationship in spiritual world, then we say yes, Goloka is the topmost planet of Vaikuntha. Other Vaikunthas, they have only 2.5 rasas. Goloka have 5 rasas. Mahaprabhu gave his Goloka mood. Love is only in Goloka. Vaikuntha no love. Some serve with awe and reverence, some like this. It's no pure love. That is Mahaprabhu's teaching. First, little by little, gradually we can understand. It is not easy to immediately get everything. You can understand this vast topic. Okay? But actually one thing is there. If you're doing seva, if you're changing, you can understand everything. Bhagavan Krishna was telling that 2 tattvas, the most important. All conclusion of all shastras, there is 2 tattvas. One is Guru tattva, one is Nama tattva. First, serving to Guru. Guru is giving us instructions. First, for example, to distribute books, or to do bhakti vriksha, or doing other seva, cooking. And we're doing this in ISKCON. Guru seva. And then Nama seva, chanting holy name. Serving to Nama Prabhu. 2 things. By these 2 things you can get everything. Okay. Hare Krishna. Manchika Upatarabhishya, Dasanabhyamsha, Titanapurabhyamsha, Ananda Kuja Vaishnava Vrinda Kichya, Nitaya Gaur Pranam.